This is a clay tablet dating back thousands of years. It's covered in what looks like scratches, but to those who can read it, there are secrets hidden within, secrets of the dawn of man and the birth of civilization. The Sumerians, often dubbed the cradle of civilization, thrived in what is now southern Iraq between the 4th and 2nd millennia BC. They left behind a legacy that includes some of humanity's earliest known works of art, literature, and scientific discovery. But interwoven into their rich tapestry of culture are tales of a time before recorded history, when the world was shaped by enigmatic beings known as the Anunnaki. These beings are described as powerful, godlike figures who came down from the heavens to earth. They possessed advanced technology and knowledge that dwarfed anything the Sumerians had seen before. The Anunnaki were not a monolith. They were said to be a pantheon of distinct deities, each with their own domains and roles in the cosmic order. At the top of this hierarchy was An, the supreme god, often depicted as a king enthroned in the heavens, symbolizing the sun, law, and order. Alongside him was Enlil, the wind god, a fierce warrior and the patron deity of the Sumerian kings. Then there was Enki, a trickster god associated with water, wisdom, and magic. These deities weren't just celestial rulers. They were also creators, shapers of the world and its inhabitants. They were credited with bringing civilization to the Sumerians, teaching them agriculture, mathematics, and the arts, but also with shaping the very essence of humanity. The concept of the Anunnaki wasn't merely theological. They played a central role in the cosmology and everyday life of the Sumerians. Temples and shrines were dedicated to them. Kings claimed descent from the royal line of Enki, and priests served as intermediaries between the divine and the mortal realm. The Sumerians believed the Anunnaki had come from a place called Nibiru, a planet existing between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. This celestial visitor, arriving every 360 years, brought with it celestial beings who would walk among the humans, sometimes even interacting with them directly. However, the relationship between the Anunnaki and the Sumerians was not always harmonious. Sumerian texts tell of a time when the Anunnaki, particularly the higher gods, became increasingly frustrated with the humans they had created. Their dissatisfaction stemmed from the growing complexity of the human world, which the gods found burdensome to manage. The situation reached a critical point when the gods decided that the burdens of the human world should be distributed among them. Each god took responsibility for a specific aspect of human affairs. This division of labor led to fragmentation and disarray, which the gods soon realized was not a sustainable solution. In response to these challenges, a grand assembly of the gods was convened, a gathering so important it was believed to have taken place at the top of Mount Nicaea. The stakes were high. If the gods couldn't find a way to manage the increasing complexities of the human world, their own existence could be at risk. It was in this moment of crisis that Enki stepped forward with a radical proposal. He suggested the creation of a new being, one that could shoulder the burdens of humanity without causing the kind of discord that had arisen among the gods. This new being would be named Lulu, a term that has been interpreted as meaning created or formed. It would serve as an intermediary between the gods and humans, carrying out tasks and making decisions that would keep the world functioning smoothly. But the question remained, who would this new being be? What form would it take? The answer lay in the stars. According to Sumerian mythology, the gods turned their gaze to the heavens and observed the celestial bodies, seeking guidance and inspiration. In the vast expanse of space, they found the Pleiades star cluster, a group of 7 bright stars that formed a distinctive pattern. It was this cluster that caught the attention of the gods, and it was here that they found the answer to their problems. Enki, drawing upon his deep understanding of the cosmos, recognized the potential of the Pleiades. He saw in its 7 stars the blueprint for the 7 qualities that would define the new being. With this divine insight, Enki began the process of creating the Lu. Using clay from the banks of the Euphrates River and water blessed by the goddess Naya, Enki shaped the body of the new being. He imbued it with the breath of life, endowing it with consciousness and a soul. This was no ordinary being. It was a hybrid, part divine, part human, created to serve as the link between the two realms. Once the Lulu was brought into existence, the gods bestowed upon it the qualities represented by the Pleiades, each god contributing one of their 7 attributes. Together, these gifts formed a balanced whole. making the Lulu exceptionally suited for its role as the intermediary between the gods and humans. The seventh and final gift was the most crucial of all. The gods granted the Lulu knowledge and understanding of the human heart, allowing it to connect with humanity on an emotional level, to truly understand their joys and struggles. With this final gift, the Lulu was complete. The gods had created a being perfectly suited to carry the weight of the human world. But the story doesn't end here. As the Lulu grew and matured, it began to interact with humanity. It taught them the ways of the gods, helping them to live virtuously and maintain balance in their lives. It also served as a mediator between the gods and humans, relaying messages and carrying out tasks as needed. However, the relationship between the Lulu and humanity was not without its challenges. The Lulu, though created with the best intentions, sometimes struggled to understand the complexities of human emotion and behavior. Its divine nature set it apart from humanity, making it difficult to fully comprehend the human experience. Nevertheless, the Lulu persevered, learning from its mistakes and striving to do the will of the gods. It guided humanity through times of plenty and hardship, helping them to navigate the challenges of life and reminding them of their responsibilities towards each other and the divine. Over time, the Lulu became a revered figure among the Sumerians, seen as a benevolent leader and teacher. Its wisdom and understanding of the divine will was unmatched, and it was respected by both mortals and gods alike. Despite the challenges, the creation of the Lulu proved to be a wise decision. The burden of humanity was carried more easily, and the gods no longer had to worry about the affairs of the mortal realm. The Lulu's role in mediating between the gods and humans led to a more harmonious existence for all. But as centuries passed, the memory of the Lulu faded, becoming a distant legend. Humanity moved on, building empires, developing new technologies, and exploring uncharted territories. The gods, too, receded into the background, their influence waning as human civilization grew. And yet, despite their absence, the story of the Lulu continued to resonate, echoing through the ages and finding new life in different cultures. In later Mesopotamian traditions, the Lulu was often identified with the biblical Adam. This connection serves as a reminder of how deeply rooted these ancient myths are in the human psyche. They speak to our innate desire to understand our place in the universe, our origins, and the forces that shape our destiny. So who were the Anunnaki? Were they gods who walked among men, divine beings from a distant planet, or perhaps a combination of both? The ambiguity is what makes them so intriguing. They represent the gap between our current understanding of science and the mysteries of the ancient world. As we continue to explore the depths of human history, the Anunnaki serve as a constant reminder of how much we do not know, and the wonders that might still lie hidden in the annals of time. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing and joining our community. Together, we can continue to explore the mysteries of the past and uncover the secrets of the ancient world. And if you have any thoughts or suggestions about the Anunnaki or any other topics you'd like us to cover, feel free to share them in the comments below. Your input is valuable, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thanks again for watching. See you next time.